severing energetical ties with your karmic partner. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. Very important. When you have a partner that you may or may not know, depending on how aware and spiritually aware you are, this partner is your karmic partner. We talk about this all the time here on this channel, how to know someone is your karmic. So it's basically your life's lesson, some of your life's lesson, right? We learn through relationships. So let's say you break up with this person, right? But physically breaking up doesn't really sever the energetical tie that is created between two souls and two people on a level of contract, karmic contract, that's a level of a soul, and physically, because every time we spend time physically in the physical with someone, whether that's a soulmate or karmic, it doesn't matter, that bond, energetical bond, is created between us, right? So how to know whether that tie and that bond still exists between you and your ex-karmic partner? There are two ways that you can know that that bond still exists. Number one, I spoke about this in my previous videos when we talked about karmic connections and soul connections and how they how they different when it comes to breakup. So that number one thing is longing. When you still feel a longing towards this person in any shape or form. It can be longing on a physical level. You miss them. You want to hold them. It can be longing on a level of wanting to know how they're doing, wanting to know where they are, wanting to know whether they're in a new relationship, wanting to know whether they miss you, wanting to message them, wanting to see them, wanting to obviously also sometimes get back to them. But sometimes you already know that you don't want to get back, right? But you still feel that longing. So something within you exists that pulls you towards this person, right? Even if it's just you have the need to go to their social media and see what they're doing, see how they're doing. There's something in you that is putting them in your mind, in that emotion of longing for you to kind of, in some shape or form, physically, energetically, just in your mind, to go towards them, right? That happens because the lesson has not been completely closed. The lesson has not completely been learned. The karmic contract between you has not been broken because there's still something that you haven't learned from this person. This doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go back with this person, but just sit with yourself, heal, process that relationship. What is it that happened? What could I have done better? What could this person have done better? What we could have done better? What was my lesson with this person? Why this person came into my life? What did they wanted to teach me? What was that karmic contract, right? So that's how you completely sort of close that karma. And from that moment, that longing, believe you me, and I talk about this all the time, once the lesson is learned, contract is closed, you will just let go of this person. They will not be on your mind. You will not think about them. You will not feel the need to know how their life is going and how they're doing and so on and so forth. With love and light, peace, brother, but I don't want you, or sister, I don't want you anywhere near me because I just don't have that necessity, right? So the first indication that that contract has not been closed, that the lesson has not been learned, is that longing. Second indication is negative emotion, is hate, right? Not for all people, it's going to be literally hate. Some people, they will just despise their exes. They will just talk bad about their exes. They will keep pointing fingers about their exes. But whenever there's this negative emotion towards this person, similarly to longing but reversed, it's again something that links you energetically to this person. So if this person pops into your mind every now and then, if you're like, oh my God, thank God we're no longer together, or oh my God, I hope they're gonna learn their lesson because everything what they did to me, I hope they're gonna suffer, or you constantly just thinking you hear about them and you see them, let's say on social media, or you're still somehow connected and their presence just annoy you. It's like you feel Sometimes we feel disgusted that we've been with this person. Sometimes it's on a milder level, but we feel like, oh my God, I've wasted years of my life. Why did I do this? It's like, why did I spend those years with my person? So there's still some sort of a negative emotion. Again, it can be from really severe hate. Like, I don't want to see this person. I don't want to hear about this person. I hope they get their karma, because you still feel that pain. But in reality, when you say that, you still have that karma. There's still karma between you, right? So it can be, again, from a very serious, overwhelming hate to just that feeling of, ugh, right? I don't want anything with that person. If that negative emotion still exists within you, it's because there's still energetical connection. How to sever that? Again, same way. Learn your lesson. Learn your lesson. Figure out what is it that this person was supposed to teach you. Figure out what was your soul contract. Because once we close that, once we completely learn the lesson and we sever that tie, this person becomes completely neutral. For most part, they simply disappear. It's like we jump timeline. We're no longer on the same timeline. They disappear. We don't see them around. We don't see their social media. They just literally, we don't even remember about them on a daily basis. And if we have some sort of like, let's say you still work together and you have children together, they just become neutral. You have no hate, no love, they just neutral, as if any other random person on a street. One more thing very important that I want to mention as well is that not always when we break up with someone, right, that was our karmic lesson, it means that we're not going to repeat that lesson. So this is very important. I often talk about this, that when we break up with someone, there's a level of person, there's a level of lesson and pattern. So we can release this person, right? But if we truly haven't learned this lesson, universe might send this lesson to us in a different shape or form. So your next relationship, it may be different. It may be a completely different person. It may be milder, but in the end, it won't be your soulmate. It won't be your true tie because you haven't learned your lesson. So sometimes universe sends that lesson to us, for example, to increase our self-esteem, right? Or to learn that you shouldn't settle in a relationship, or to learn that you shouldn't jump into a relationship, or to learn that you shouldn't be codependent on certain level in a relationship. So they send us the karmic partner, but when we're really resisting, that relationship can end. We can release that person on some level, but we truly haven't learned that lesson. Without us knowing, there's still a little bit of longing or a little bit of that hate towards this person, but we feel it's normal, so we move on, we cope, and we think this is done, but we haven't truly learned the lesson. And the danger here is that when you think that you've closed that and you go about your day and your life looking for a new, better relationship, all you're going to get is another karmic. That's why it's so incredibly important, and I talk about this so much. Really analyze your past relationships. Go deeper. Heal. Close that contract. Release this person on a level of the karma with that person, on a level of the pattern with that person. Just simply let go. Because if you don't do that, you're going to be stuck on a hamster wheel. It's going to feel like a different relationship. It's going to feel like a different person. Maybe it's going to feel better. In the beginning, again, it's going to feel like love. Because every karmic relationship in the beginning feels like love. And maybe it will be milder and you will decide to stay in this one forever, right? There are people, I talk about this all the time. Not everyone gets to be aligned with a soulmate. Some people actually stay in a karmic relationships till the end of their days. But really, truly make sure that you process, that you learn your lesson, and that you truly, truly, truly closed that chapter with accountability and gratitude towards that lesson. And that will open you up for new level, new timeline, and new experiences.